Hey there guys, and welcome back to Tech Easily. So this is the second video in my Python series, and if you guys haven't watched the first video, I will leave a link in the description box down below, and it should also be coming up in the I button right now. So make sure you guys check that video out first. I basically go over the basics of Python, and it's good to know about those before we launch into today's video. But for now, in today's video, I will be teaching you guys how to install Anaconda onto your machines, and I'll be going through what it is and how you can create your first Python program using the Jupyter Notebook. So if you guys are interested in seeing how to do that, then please keep on watching. So if you guys are wondering why we're using Anaconda with Python, it's because I'm going to be teaching you guys all about the basics of Python with data science in this series. So Anaconda is what's mostly used, and it's actually really good. It's a free open source distribution of Python and R programming languages, and for scientific computing like data science, machine learning, it's actually really popular. And the advantage is that you can use it on Windows, you can use it in Mac, and also Linux. And the great thing for data science is that it has more than 300 packages, so you can always find what you're looking for. So guys, let's just get to the main part of this video, which is downloading Anaconda. So to get to this page, all you have to do is put in Anaconda into your search in Google, and it should basically come up. So the first one you have here, that's how you basically get here. Since we want to download this, we can go into the individual edition. So it's for free distribution of Python for data science for solo practitioners, researchers, and students. So I'm going to click on learn more. So it basically just tells you, and what you want to do is download. So let's click on that, and it takes you to the installers section. Now here, depending on your operating system, you're going to choose what you have to download. I'm on Windows, but if you have Mac or Linux, you will do basically the same thing according to your own system. So here you can see it's showing me two versions that I can choose to download from. I'm going to choose the latest one, so Python 3.7, and in this I again have two options: the 64-bit graphical installer or the 32-bit graphical installer. So if you guys are confused between which system you guys have, so the 32-bit or the 64-bit, what you can do is quickly go into the folder of your computer. So if I open this up, now where you have this PC, I want you guys to right click, and here you're going to go into your properties. So if we click onto properties here, I'm just going to expand this so you guys can see better and move it up. So if you guys look at this under system, there is an option called system type, and inside here it tells you if you have a 64-bit operating system or a 32-bit. As you guys can see, I have a 64-bit one, so this is the one I'm going to choose when I go to download Anaconda. So I'm just gonna click on the 64-bit graphical installer, and it's gonna ask me the location I want to save this on, and you can choose to save this wherever you guys want. I'm just gonna click OK and let the process of downloading begin. And I'll just come back to you guys when that has completed. So once that's done, I'm just going to click on this and start the process of installing Anaconda into our machines. So this is just the welcome page. I'm going to click on next, and here you have to agree to the license, and I'm going to click I agree. Next, it comes by default the just me recommended option, and I'm going to leave that as it is and click on. Okay, so next you guys can choose the location of your destination folder. If you want to change the location, you're simply going to click on Browse. And from here you can choose which folder or where exactly you want to save it. I'm just going to save it here and continue on. Now this, you guys, is a really important page, the advanced options. And this is basically customizing how Anaconda integrates with Windows. Now you can see that the second option is clicked by default, but what I want you guys to do is also tick on the first option here as well. And this is to add Anaconda to my path environment variable. And this is really important, you guys, and that's because later on, if you want to start Python or your Jupyter Notebook and things like that through your command prompt, or if you're using Mac, then through your terminal, this option, having this option included, lets you do that. You can go to those through your Anaconda Navigator as well, but just so you guys have that option in case you guys want to go through your command prompts. So now I'm going to click on install. Now this does take a while, so I'm going to come back when it's finished. So once the installation has been completed successfully, you're just going to click on next and next again, and then you just want to click on finish to complete it. This automatically opens up a documentation or a quick guide on getting started with Anaconda, and you can go through that if you guys want, but for now I'm going to take you guys to the Anaconda Navigator. So we can look for this in your start. You can put it into your search, or you can go through your programs and get to it. So if I just type this in, you can see it comes up here, and I'm going to just click onto that. And it's going to take a little while for it to start off the first time. So what this is, I'll just walk you guys through that while this is gonna start up. This is basically a desktop graphical user interface, and it comes with the Anaconda distribution, and it allows you to manage your Conda packages. And one of the great things about the Anaconda Navigator is that, again, it's cross-platform. It can work in Windows, Macs, and Linux too. You can also search for packages that are on the Anaconda cloud or through the Anaconda local repository as well. And from here you can also do things like installing and running packages. So this is what it should look like, and I'm just gonna choose on OK and don't show again. That's completely up to you. I'm just going to resize this so you guys can see a bit better. Okay guys, so let's go through some of the things that are here. So some applications that are available by default in this Anaconda Navigator include things like your JupyterLab, and this is what we're going to be using to code in Python and also for data science. You have things like your QtConsole, I've used that a lot. You have Spyder, and then things like Visual Studio Code as well. You also have the option to install more applications if you want to. So for data, the one that we're going to be using and to code in Python, like I said, it's going to be the JupyterLab. Now you have two methods that you can launch this. You can simply do it by clicking on launch here, or you can go through your command prompt. And if you guys remember, we clicked on that option for our path variable, and that should allow us to get to your JupyterLab using command prompt. So let's try that out. So basically you guys want to search for command prompt, and I have one opened here. Before I show you guys how to get to the Jupyter Notebook, if you guys are unsure or can't remember the version of Python and you want to check that, you can actually do that really quickly on your command prompt. What you need to do is just put in Python and then space dash dash version. And this should return the version of Python that's installed onto your machine. This is a really quick and simple command you can use to check the version. There's a similar one you can do for Java, and it's Java space dash version, and it will return the one that you have installed in your machine. And these are some quick little things you can do through your command prompt, but they're actually really helpful for when you're looking for what version of a particular language you have installed on your machines. So now let's look into how to launch your Jupyter Notebook. I'm actually going to zoom this in a bit so you guys can see better. And it's actually a really simple command. You just need to put in Jupyter space notebook and press enter. Okay guys, so once it has finished loading up, it should appear in your browser as something like this. So now a little bit about this Jupyter Notebook. It's an open source web application, and it allows you to actually create shared documents and many other things. It can be used for purposes of cleaning your data. It can be used for data visualizations and also machine learning and many other things. This is what it looks like. It's actually a really simple user interface. It's actually not that hard to use at all. And this is from where we're going to be creating our Python programs in my upcoming videos. So if you want to create your Python program, you're simply going to click on New. So if I zoom that in on the top right hand corner, and here you can get options like what you want to open up. So Python 3, other things like a text file, your folder, or your terminal or command prompt. So if I click on Python 3 here, and here it opens up a new tab, as you guys can see, and this is where we're going to be typing in our Python code. And we're going to be running it. I'm going to show you all the features and what you can do, and I'm going to show you how to write Python code and data science using Python. So it's going to be really interesting. Now, some basic things: you can save your file by clicking on File, Save As, choose where you want to put it. And if you guys notice that the extension, so the file extension of this, it's being saved as IPYNB, and this is used by the Jupyter Notebook to allow us to work with Python language with our data. And I'll be going through all the features and everything else in detail in my next videos. So that's it for today's video, you guys. I really hope you guys followed along on how to install Anaconda onto your machines and why we're using it to code in Python for data science, and then how to launch your Jupyter Notebook through your Anaconda Navigator and also through the command prompt or terminal. And in my future videos, I'm going to be using the Jupyter Notebook again. We're going to code in Python, and then we're going to create data visualizations like pie charts, line graphs, and look into some statistics with data as well, and then visualizations as well. So it's going to actually get really interesting. So I really hope you guys stay tuned for all of that. Until we code again, thank you so much for watching. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel and give this video a big thumbs up if you guys enjoyed it. Please feel free to leave any comments with your recommendations or questions down below, and I will get to them as quickly as I can. And I will see you guys in my next video.